All right, Shalom to Brother Shavar from the Phoenix camp. With that being said, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahushai, Bashem, Kakadash. Double honor to the elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to the brothers that are doing this work in truth and sincerity. We're going to jump right into the lesson. This is Ecclesiastes 3 and 1. It says, to everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under heaven, man. And we are in the season of hastening in this very moment, man. Because what you see hastening or quickening are the prophecies. You see Esau hastening. So and when you see Esau hastening, all that really is the Most High hastening on the left hand side. So he's quickening the left hand side at this moment because they're moving very rapidly in the things that they are destined to fulfill. Which is that mark. Which is all these things all about. The Vanessa Max. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. That's a prelude to that mark. So what we see going on in the world today is we see a quickening, we see a hastening, because this is the season of hastening. This is the season of quickening. That's why the elder Tahar through the Spirit he titled this year the year of hastening, man. And that's exactly what it is. This is the year of hastening of prophecy. This is the year of Esau hastening on the left hand side, and then that should put that should bring you a rejoicing, because the Lord's all about balance, right? So when you see Esau, you see the Most High quickening Esau on the left hand side to do his thing, that just means that on the right hand side is going to be hastening as well. So there's joy in seeing our enemies doing what they got to do to fulfill scripture, to fulfill prophecy. We run that back against to everything. There was a season and a time and every purpose under heaven. Like I said, now is the time of hastening. This is not the season to sit on your ass. This is not the season of rest. Well, Micah 2 and 10 clearly states that this is not our rest. But this is so just as Esau, Most High is forcing Esau to hasten it and fulfill and quicken his agenda on the left hand side. The prophets, the men of the Lord, we have to fulfill our agenda, fulfill our purpose, fulfill the prophecies on the right hand side, man. And that's bringing out this word constantly, steadily, doing our works. But it is day. The night cometh and no man can work, and that's coming very soon. The night comes and no man can work, because we see Esau doing what he got to do, fulfilling the prophecies, which leads to the persecution of the saints, man. With that, I'm going to get a few precepts. This is Ecclesiastes 3 and 17. It says, I said in my heart, Yahweh shall judge the righteous and the wicked. For there was a time, therefore, there for every purpose and for every work. See, it's still recording. It says, I said in my heart, Yahweh shall judge the righteous and the wicked. So that's the season that we're reading right now. For there is a time there for every purpose. Get that word, purpose. Matter in which one delights, and for every work. So judgment, and we see judgment going on all across the globe, man. Over in Haiti, you have mass death, and you got to believe that that's judgment of the Lord. You have women and children, bodies piled up, on the streets. That's not nothing to say to be. That's not nothing to be sad about. That's judgment, man. That's a judgment of the Most High. The Most High willed those individuals to be severely killed in that manner. When the Most High brings mass death, that's judgment, man. Whether it be through natural causes, or whether it be by his sword Esau Edom, by the military might of Esau Edom, or what have you. That's all judgment of the Most High. So I'm going to run that back again. I said in my heart, Yahweh shall judge the righteous and the wicked. But there was a time there for every purpose and for every work, man. So this is the time that we're living in, the time of great judgment, a time of prophecies getting fulfilled. The time of hastening, the time of quickening of the fulfillment of prophecies, man. The time of the men of the Lord, going out there and doing this work. Well, that's always been a time. We right here at Great Millstone, we constantly been putting in work, man. Brothers are mandated to make videos on a daily basis. So we constantly put in the work, man. Brothers constantly put in the work continuously. So the Lord is quickening us too, on the right hand side. This is Ecclesiastes 8 and 6. Well, I'll start at verse 5. It says, whoso keepeth commandment shall feel no evil thing. And wise man's heart discerns both time and judgment. So a wise man will discern the time. And he'll judge the time, man. And that's what we do. Starting with the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, we discern the time. We judge the time. We see the events of the world happening through the Spirit. That's what discernment is. Let's get that word discernment. Knows both time and judgment. We know. We have the inner knowledge. We have the inner information. We have that inner inside circle information, so to speak. Because to every purpose there is time and judgment, and therefore the misery of man is great upon him. For every purpose there is time and judgment. So everything that happens is according to the Most High's agenda. Because we're on His time clock, man. We're on His we're on His clock, so to speak. What I'm trying to say. Esau's not prolonging or quickening anything unless the Most High allows it so. So when the time comes that you see mass hysteria in these streets, that's because this is the time the Lord allowed it to be so. Now what you see going on nowadays with the mandates and the talks and the jabs and the pokes and whatever you want to call it, that too is of the Most High. He brought it out when He wanted to bring it out. This so-called pandemic, that's of the Most High. Pestilences. Pestilences, I don't know if I'm saying that right, but says because every purpose there is time and judgment. So all of this is judgment, man. All of this is the purpose of the Most High. You always got to realize that. That's why when brothers see things happening across the globe, when you're new in the spirit, new in the truth, so to speak, you see all these things happening, and you'll get bewildered by it. But after a while, man, you keep on, the scriptures, and exactly what times we're living in. It doesn't surprise you, man. Nothing that Esau does surprises us, because we know that he was going to do all these things. We just got the privilege of saying, yeah, we told you so. Starting with the apostles and others, on down, man, because they told you so. They told you so, man. Going way, way back. The apostles and others of Great Millstone, they told you so through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. And brothers in the camps, preaching out there in the highways and hedges. Hey, we told you so, man. We told you what moves this devil was going to make. So we are the true prophets of the Lord. I'm going to get a few more scriptures. This is Jeremiah 1 and 12. It says Jeremiah 1 and 12 says, then said the Lord unto me. Well, I'll start at verse 11, just put in context. Moreover, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, because he's talking, this is the Most High speaking to Jeremiah. Jeremiah, what seest thou? And I said, I see a rod of an almond tree. Then said the Lord unto me, thou hast well seen, for I will hasten my word to perform it. So this is a time of hastening, man. He's hastening His word to perform it. And we're seeing that happen, man. And it's beautiful. It's rejoiceful. And it's something to look forward to. Because every day that we see prophecy getting fulfilled, every day that passes in Babylon, in the midst of all these prophecies getting fulfilled, is another day closer to our redemption. Most High willing, we be those elect men. Was that I'm going to get Ezekiel 12 and 22. This is Ezekiel 12 and 22. And it says, Son of man, what is the proverb that ye have in the land of Israel, saying the days are prolonged and every vision faileth? Because that's exactly what these people do, man. 2/3 of our people, more specifically. You know, they think that everything's going to be cool. You know, that they're going to get jabs. You know, that they're going to allowed to go back to work and allowed to go to the Raiders games and whatever have you. Because, you know, they're mandating all these things. I think it was in California or Las Vegas. Yeah, Las Vegas. Where it says in order to attend the Raiders game, you know, every participant, every audience member had to be vaccinated. So how are they going to regulate that? Well, you know, they're going to have these cards, man. You know, they're going to have these vax cards and they're going to have these chips that they want to put in people that tell you if you have the COVID or not, man. The so-called whatever you want to call it, man. The Crown Royal. And how are they going to read those chips within your body? Well, they're gonna use the mark of the beast system. You know, so these are the things that are getting performed, man. It says, the Son of Man, what is the proverb that ye have, land of Israel, saying the days are prolonged and every vision faileth? So you can't tell me that these prophecies are not getting fulfilled. You can't tell me that the men elders, apostles, the great millstone that have been prophesying these things. You know, you can't tell them that they haven't come true. Tell them, therefore, thus says the Most High Power, I will make this proverb to cease. They shall no more use it as a proverb in Israel. So you can't say that anymore, man. You can't say that anymore. You can't say that the prophecies tarry. You can't say that all things are just going along like they've always been going along. You can't say that no more, man. You know, we live in what they call unprecedented times, man. Every day some new shit. Every day some more unbelievable shit that Esau's doing, man. And we know that's the Most High doing it. We know the Most High is working right now, man. He's doing these things. He's performing it like the scripture says. He's performing his word. It says, tell them therefore, thus says the Most High Power, I will make this proverb to cease. They shall no more use it as a proverb in Israel, but say unto them, the days are at hand, and the effect of every vision, of every prophecy, the fulfillment of every prophecy. For there shall be no more any vain vision nor flattering divination, was the house of Israel. For I, the Most High Power, I will speak, and the word that I shall speak shall come to pass. And how is he speaking these words, man? Through the prophets, to the brothers, you know, to the teachers, to the apostles of great millstone, to the men of great millstone most specifically, and those that teach like doctrine. It says, for I, the Most High Power, I will speak, and the word that I shall speak shall come to pass. It shall be no more prolonged, for in your days, O ye rebellious house, will I say the word, and I will perform it, perform it, saith the Most High Power, man. So, hey, all praise Yahweh Shem Yahushai, man, because we're living in those times, man. We're living in times where we're seeing the hastening happening. We're seeing the hastening, just like Elder Tahar, through the Spirit, predicted this year, which proves that he's a man of the Lord, man. You know, among many other things, you know, that proves that the Spirit's working with the apostles and others, a great millstone, most definitely. You know, but then I'm going to get a few more precepts. I'm going to close it up. This is Proverbs 15:22. It says, without counsel, purposes are disappointed, but in the multitude of counselors they are established. A man has joy by the answer of his mouth, and a word spoken in due season, how good is it? So a word spoken in due season, how good is it? You know, a word being fulfilled in due season, the season that we're in now, the season of hastening, how good is it? Like I said, this is a time of rejoicing, man. This is a time of putting the pedal to the metal, so to speak. You know, this is a word spoken in due season, because it's been due. It's been long overdue. You know, we rejoice with the fact that everything brings us closer to the end of this place. You know, it's that when it gets Zephaniah 1 and 14. A few more scriptures. Zephaniah 1 and 14, it says, the great day of the Most High is near. It is near and hasteth. Hastes greatly. Hurries greatly. Wow. Hey, man, it is hurrying greatly. Hey, all praises, man. It's hurrying greatly. So this is the time to gird up your loins, man, to prepare prepare yourselves, man. Prepare your spiritual and mental stability. Knowledge and wisdom shall be the stability of the times, right? So you got to prepare yourself to be stable in that. Even the voice of the day of the Most High, let's get the voice. The noise. What's the voice of the Most High? Like I said, the prophets, man. The prophets out there in the highways and hedges, making videos. Out there on the street corners, preaching, man. Of the day of the Most High, the mighty man shall cry there bitterly. The day is a day of wrath, a day of trouble and distress, a day of wasteness and desolation, a day of darkness and gloominess, a day of clouds and thick darkness, man. A day of the trumpet and alarm against the fenced cities and against the high towers. And I will bring distress upon men, and that they shall walk like blind men, because they have sinned against the Most High, and the blood shall be poured out as dust, and their flesh as the dung. We see that happening, man. We see those mass deaths. Like I said, Haiti is a perfect example of that. And that's just only the beginning of the mass deaths that you're going to see in this day and age, man. So the Lord is fulfilling his prophecies, man. He's hurrying greatly, like it says. He's hasting greatly, hurrying greatly. He's not, ain't no more tarrying, man. It shall come, surely it shall come, man. With that being said, man, it's a real quick lesson here at the plantation. And with that being said, so I want to give all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Kah Halal Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Brothers, keep on pushing, man. Hey, this is the time, man. Shalom.